Hi, today we're going to do the water wheel, and to begin we are going to make sure we have all of our materials. So first you should have a bottle. You should also have foil. It comes in this little bag. And then you should have duct tape. You should have index cards, a marker, and you should have a wooden dowel. So to begin, we're going to take each index card and wrap it in tin foil. So I'm going to take my first index card and I'm going to pull one sheet. So now I have one sheet of tin foil, and I'm going to wrap the card in the foil. And I want to get it so that as much as possible the foil is super flat around that card. So that when I finish, my foil wrapped around the card is the shape of the card. And once I have my card wrapped, I'm gonna tape that down. Oh, I have to open my tape. So once I have my card wrapped in foil, I'm gonna tape it down. So I'm gonna grab a little piece of tape off of here and see how this kind of has a flap that's keeping it open, or any way that you folded it, if it's gonna somehow like come open, you want to tape that down. So now when I hold my card, it's all sealed in foil. And I'm gonna do the same thing for my other cards until all 5 cards are wrapped in foil. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Number 2 is wrapped, and now I'm gonna tape it. Number 3. All right, my 3rd card is all wrapped. Number 4. Fourth card is wrapped. and taped. 5th card, tinfoil card, sandwich it in there, folding all the edges down. And make sure when you fold the tinfoil around the card, you don't fold the card too. You want the card to stay its full size and just wrap the card in the tinfoil. All right, so that's my 5th one. And tape it. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards all wrapped and taped. And my next step is going to be to attach these to my bottle to start to create the water wheel. So what I like to do to space it out correctly is there are 5 lines on the bottom of the bottle. And so I'll take my marker I just colored in those 5 lines. Maybe you can see it a little bit better, but I'll go from one of these lines and draw a line up the bottle, up the side of the bottle, from where that line in the bottom of the bottle is. And I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I have a marker that will show up more. There, you might be able to see that better. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to draw it straight up as much as you can. So here's my first line, and I drew it up the bottle. And I'm going to do that for all 5 of the lines in the bottom. Alright, so I have all 5 lines on the bottom, and now my bottle also has lines around it because I drew a line up the side from each of those ones on the bottom. And now you're going to want to tape these little flaps that you created to each one, to a spot where each one of these lines is, kind of in the middle of the bottle. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I have some tape. And I put half the piece of tape on the card and half of it hangs off so that it looks like this. And then I put this straight onto one of the lines and press the part of the tape that's sticking out onto the bottle so that the tape is half on the silver and half on the bottle. If you find a different way to tape these on that works for you, that's great. This is just the way that works for me. And then I'm gonna, once this one is on, like that, I'm gonna put a piece of tape on the other side so that it's half on the tin foil and half on the bottle as well. So I can just hold this down and then put the tape on so that it looks like this, where some of it's on the bottle, some of it's on the tin foil. And now I have one part of my water wheel. So I'm going to do that for all 5 cards. Two are on. Three. Four. Last one. Five. So now I have all 5 of my flaps on here, and we're almost done. This is your dowel, and you put that through, and you've created your water wheel. So if you put this underwater, the water should push down on each of the flaps, and your wheel spins around. So in order to test how well your water wheel works, you can make an X on one of the cards. So I'm going to make a big X so that it's easy to see on this card right here. And when I put this underwater, I'm going to count, I'm going to take a timer and time for 30 seconds and see how many times I see the X spin past in that 30 seconds. And that will test how fast the water wheel is going and how much power the water wheel is generating. Okay, so now we're gonna test our water wheel. So I'm gonna have mine here, and I'm putting it under the sink so that it spins around. There we go. And now you can set your timer for 30 seconds and count how many times you see the X pass underneath the water.